What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to this week's episode of P&Q, the question and answer series, where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me, then I respond to you the following week. Now you do this one of 5 ways. I say this because now I don't even think I've got 5 questions. No, I haven't. More ways of doing it than there are questions this week, but I will name them for you anyway. Pop your comment or question down below in the comment section, which is the most common way, and it's still the most common way, even on the quiet ones. You can email me directly at miniwarzone@gmail.com. There'll be a link in the video description below, or you can make a video yourself, ask a question on that. If I pick that up, I'll answer that here, or in person if we meet and talk, which I have one of those this week, and ask me a question now. I think I'll answer that on here because it might be of interest, you never know. Or social media, and currently in Mini Warzone, I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Well, yes. So there you go, 5 ways of doing it. And I have 1 personal question and 3 comments or questions from last week. Or from last week's episode, I should say, because different days you get them. So we'll start with the personal one. This was I got asked this last Sunday at a gathering, and someone said we were talking about YouTube. My channel and stuff, and they said, where did you get your ideas for new series from? Now, I thought that's quite an interesting question, actually. I'm thinking constantly of new ideas for videos and things. I'm always trying to think of new stuff to do. I just don't know. In the early days, I started off by being inspired by other people's series, by what they were doing, and I thought, I'd like to do something like that. But primarily, I like to make a series on, nowadays, I like to make series on stuff that I would like to watch. So, for instance, my interesting miniatures, stuff is the sort of thing I would like to watch, or my Call of Cthulhu series, that's the sort of stuff I would like to watch. So I make them, and I find it fun, and it's enjoyable, so yeah. Right, on to the comments / questions from last week. Starting with Eric Beer. He's at the top of the list here. It says, great episode, Pete. Talking of adverts, because we were talking about adverts last week, I believe. Anyway, I was wondering why you put an advert a minute into the video. It seems a really odd and annoying, to be honest. Place to put one. Nick, I thought you were my friend. That's all right. About a minute into the advert. Well, let's address this issue here. First advert goes in, it's actually 25 seconds into the video, which is, and the reason is, it was recommended to put to me by YouTube on one of those courses you do, those YouTube courses, and I believe that's why it's the 25 second mark is the default for the advert. So that is what it is. It's 25 seconds in. I'll try putting them in a bit earlier. What I don't always like adverts at the start of a video, because I've looking at my analytics, they're the ones that seem to get not watched, where the advert is at the beginning. I could do that. There's going to be adverts on there anyway, so but I don't know. I'll try and alter it. That's all I can do, and apologies for that, but yeah, I'll try and move it, instead of being 25 seconds in, to like 5 or 10 seconds in or something like that. But it's going to be it's either going to be there or before you watch it, and they don't seem to get watched as much. But we can try. I'll trial it. I'll do different things. I'll mess around with it. Black Country Wargaming is next. He says, how bad viewer watch time wise would a video series have to get before you decide to stop doing these type of videos anymore? Neither. It's got nothing to do with the watch time or views. For me, it's whether I stop enjoying making it or not, and that's it really. For instance, my Memory Lane series doesn't get many views at all, but I really, really, really enjoy making them. It's in my top 3 best videos series I like to make is my Memory Lane series. So yeah, but it's hardly in my top 3 watched or view time wise. Is there any more to this question? I don't think so. No, but I have been thinking. I mean, like these P&Qs, for instance. Now, they're at, I suppose, for the size of my channel, it's not going to change that greatly, I don't think. I mean, view-wise, I don't get any more views on P&Qs now than I did 3 or 4 years ago. Sometimes, actually, it's considerably less. So, the reason for that really is down to people tend to gravitate towards watching a series and then they get fed up with it and then they'll go on to something else, which is a natural progression, I suppose. Until you get considerably more a subscriber base than people that view you, it's not going to have that great of an impact on it. But that said, I have been thinking in the last sort of month or so, is P&Q going to be a finite series? And if so, where do I stop? I've been thinking, should I stop it? Has it run its course? I mean, it could have run its course for all I know. That said, I do enjoy making them because they're easy to make. I feel like I'm talking to you. When I'm looking at the camera, I feel like I'm looking at you and addressing you. Yes, you. Yeah. So that's what I do. So I don't know, but I did have a number in mind. I thought because I'm approaching 180 odd, so approaching the 200 mark. Would 200 be a good number to bow out of a Q&A? It's quite a respectable number of Q&A's videos to have made, I feel. But in my head, the number I want to bow out on is 365, because although it's a weekly series, then I've made a number of videos to the point where if you wanted to watch one of them a day, you could do so for a whole entire year, 365 days worth. Although it's a weekly series, I don't know why. It's an odd weird thing for me. But I have been thinking about it lately because it might just be lately because it's got slack, and I'm thinking, I do enjoy it. But I mean, if there were no questions week after week after week, then I'd be like, well, okay, there's obviously no point in doing them anymore. There wouldn't be any point in doing them anymore. That would be sad, But then, I could be at the point where I'd be like, I've had enough of doing this now anyway. But I do enjoy this because this is where I get to interact with you in a recorded manner. I respond to you. Take this series away and you wouldn't have that. You have it would be done in comment form, and I don't always see the comments in time for having a conversation or something. I suppose I should do more live stuff, but it's just having the time really. I think a live show you need a good hour to do it. Set aside a good hour for that. But going back to your original question though, it would have nothing to do with views or watch time. It's whether I enjoy making it or not anymore. And the time may come where I stop enjoying doing these P&Qs, but at the moment that time is not now. But I will definitely assess it at the 200 episode mark, and obviously I will. One day there will be a final episode. Do I do a live episode on that one to bow out on a live show? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Something different anyway, I expect. Anyway, last question then comes from JamJar34. Thank you for your question, sir. He says, just got back from Lincolnshire. What parts of the UK have you been to which you like? I've been to quite a few parts. There's always Cumbria, Hogan Manor Estate. Actually, seriously, it's beautiful there in Cumbria. Absolutely beautiful. I've never been to Lincolnshire, I don't think, though. Cornwall, which is right next door to us here in Plymouth. There's some very picturesque spots there. And even, with Plymouth, you've got the moorland just outside of Plymouth. The Dartmoor, beautiful scenery up there. It's wonderful. So I'd say Cumbria, Cornwall and Dartmoor. all those. Yeah. Thank you for your questions, sir. And that is it. I told you, not many questions. So please ask me questions if you've a mind, because without them, it will eventually come to a halt if nobody asks me questions. But if you guys feel you've asked everything there is to ask, then that's fine as well. I mean, you can ask me questions about anything, literally anything. A lot of you know quite a bit about me now, what I do, what I've done. There's still a lot more you don't know, but, that's that, really. It's about the hobby, though, isn't it? So look out for my other series, my Interesting Miniatures series, which there's going to be more of these guys coming your way, and hopefully we'll get some good videos out to you, and we'll all have a good time. Thanks very much for watching. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Until next time, this is Peter saying bye for now.